Gender equality has enabled quite a number of women occupy quite a number of spheres, from agriculture, technology, education, healthcare, sports, and even politics. In studio today, we are honored to have with us Honorable Scholastica Madowo, MCA Southeast Alego Ward, all the way from Siaya County. Remember, this is Chagua Mama, where we believe in Ni Time Ya Mama. Here, we believe in holding another woman or a lady in a different field to enable them share their voices. My name is Awor Olero.
Would the world be without a woman? A nation with...
My name is Scholastica Masidis Madowo. Masidis was my nickname until politics came in and everybody was calling me Masidis, so I had to formalize it. I am the member of County Assembly, MCA, and my ward is called Southeast Alego, which is in Alego Usonga constituency among the 30 wards in Siaya County. May I also add that it is also the largest ward in Siaya County, and I think it's also the second largest ward in the country in Kenya. It's a very large ward, and it's a woman who is in charge of that very large ward, larger than many constituencies. The water is a big issue in my village. People have water scarce. It's a water deficient area, and when I realized that there was a gap, just by chance I came through a group of women, and when we were discussing the biggest problem, they're saying, "Mama, we don't have water." And then one of the mama said, "By the way, we have a borehole here which broke down many years ago. Maybe you can have a look and help us." And by God's grace, I got a fundi, and this fundi actually had been trained by the best Indian technicians who had brought those boreholes into the country. And he went, and in a matter of hours, that old borehole that had been abandoned for years suddenly had water. And it was like magic. It was really like magic that this water has been here 10, 20 years not working. It can actually work.
Yeah.
Then, by word of mouth, that one borehole, the next thing I went, "Oh, we were told you were the one who repaired that borehole of this village. Even us, there's another one there. There's another one there." By the time I finished my campaigns, I had done more than 30. And that has eased the pressure of this precious commodity, that it is water and it is clean water nearby most people. It still hasn't solved the problem of water in my ward, but really it's been a significant change. That's my prayer, that actually every home would be able to get water into their homes, or at least not more than a kilometer, a radius of a kilometer, to save water, because you can't get piped water to everybody, not with the infrastructure we currently have. Hopefully at some point later on, but right now it's at least to make sure that everybody has safe, clean drinking water. In Siaya, we had 30 wards, and if you go with the 2/3 gender rule, the other gender would be, the minimum would be 10, but we are only 4. And we have been, even in the last assembly, there were also 4, and the first assembly, I think there are only 1 or 2 elected. So we haven't done much. Actually, we didn't even increase. We remained the 4. And out of the 4, 2 of us, out of the 4, only 1 was re-elected. Last assembly there were 4. This assembly we got another 4, but out of the 4, only one
retained.
One retained. So you can see the retention rate is also very low. We pray that we are going to reach the mark, because there are the benefits of having more women in the house. Then you balance, because right now we are the minority. Even if you wanted to lobby for those positions, and in the assemblies there are also those committees which are deemed to be heavyweights. Everybody runs for those budgets and health and agriculture, and the women who are elected, we are committed. In the Siaya County, I didn't even mention also that I'm the chair of the Women Caucus in Siaya County. We are 14 women, 4 elected and 10 nominated. We are committed to holding the hands of other women. I am happy that most of the nominated MCAs, women MCAs, are getting their footing and they are rearing to go out there. But then there are also many women out there who are willing to go into politics, and we those who are ahead of them are ready and willing to support them. For women in leadership and actually leadership as a whole, our electorate don't, as it is now, our electorate don't look out at our achievements in legislation. That is a very, very small part of it. The biggest part of it is what have you done, and people want to assess you based on your achievements on the ground, which impacts their lives more than actually the role that which is number one for us is representation and legislation. I've been very active in legislation, and that's my strength in the house. I take it very, very seriously, and I contribute based on my experience into the bills that come on the floor. Like I say, I'm also a member of the committee of education, which has got gender and persons with disability, gender, youth, and persons with disability. Right now, there's a policy which I've championed for widows. It's called Widow Protection Bill. This is one that I have championed. It's almost at the tail end. It's just been submitted to the assembly now for public participation and then passing. In politics, yes, it's about achievement, and you've got to keep alive all the time, thinking through what else can I do, because the challenges are many. And we have an allocation in the county for projects, ward-based. We call it ward-based budget, which is for activities in your budget in your ward. The money mostly goes into things like roads and ECDs and health facilities. It's not enough to go around, but you've got to go over and above that kitty. One of the most very recent achievements is subsidized agriculture in my ward, and that's providing initially tractors at tractor services at reduced rates, seeds at reduced rates, fertilizer, and I also invested in water pumps so that people who, especially young people who farm along the river, can get continuous income, because then they can grow their vegetables and sell continuously. I have also increased my budget for bursaries, so that most children can have been able to get bursary based compared to before. I have been able to mobilize the Kenya Film Commission to come and run a week-long training for youth on filmmaking, and this was something which for me is a big success, because within that period they ended up with certificates and skills that I'm able to make them employable. Within a very short time they have certificates, and I made commitments that during my time this is what I will do, and that is a blueprint that I've been following. So the biggest challenge is to make everybody understand that our kitty is small and we are large compared to our neighbor. Systemically, I have to, as a leader now, challenge this with IBC, and I have challenged it already. I'm told them that it's not fair. It needs to be, the boundaries need to be reviewed for this ward so that we can get our fair share of resources. It's a difficult balancing, and I think it's only a balancing that women can do. I got my share of harassment. I got my share of defamation, even after I got into office. Initially, it was quite a bit of it was during the campaigns, and I was campaigning with men in the nominations. I think we are 10 men and 2 women.
And you also being a widow. And
then when we went for the final election, there were 8 men and I was 1 woman. But harassment continues, and at some point you really get to be, if the harassment gets out of control, you've got to handle it head on, even if it means taking legal action.
Wow, amazing. So what's your ultimate maybe position in politics? Would you still want to be an MCA? Would you want to be the president some other time? Would you want to be the governor? We only have 7 governors right now.
And you know, the 7 women governors have this vision in 2027 that they want us to have 20, how many were there? Because you were 47, you want 24, 50 plus, 50 plus 1, you want 24 women governors in Kenya. There's no reason why I can't vie for a higher position. There's no reason why I can't go for governor.
If this was a snap.
Even president. I have what it takes to be a president. At this point, I really want to say that we appreciate the organizations that have been holding the hands of women politicians to come out, like the Democracy Trust Fund, which is a program of the ECHO Network Africa. And I can tell you, even for me to have been elected, having collaborated with them really was significant in keeping me on the race. Really, you really need people to encourage you, hold your hand, look you up, and someone you can call and say, how do you do this? And they were very instrumental even in taking us through the whole journey of politics and elections. I've a portfolio of partners. I have actually called a stakeholders meeting so that I know all the partners, all the small NGOs and CBOs that work in my ward. From a woman politician coming up, I'm encouraging you out there wherever you are. Go for it. So don't just sit and say, I wish, and you're looking at other women. And also another message to women, wherever you are, please support other women. Women have just not been sensitized. We come from where we come from backgrounds and era and upbringing where we are told that we cannot be leaders. So to remove that from our minds is difficult. And when I was doing my campaigns, I was excited when I see an old woman, 70 years, 80 years, embracing me. Leadership is not about one person. I cannot be the center of everything. I cannot be the fulcrum that holds everything together. If that is what leadership is about, we are going to wait another 100 years before we get our tarmac roads. Leadership is for everybody. And I want to call upon the people of Southeast Alego who have got networks out there to reach out to me so that we can work together. It's not about what I have done on my own. It's about what we have done together.
This is Chagua Mama program where we believe in Ni Time Ya Mama. We've had in studio Honorable Scholastica Madowo, MCA Southeast Alego Ward from Siaya County. My name is Awor Olero. Bye.
It's a season.